Ugh.
That was a very convincing disguise, Mr. Lancaster. Although I must say, you're not in your jurisdiction.
I had considered, at one time, going into the theater. And in retrospect, that probably would have been safer.
I don't normally recruit people I find snooping around my warehouse. But at the same time, I haven't had one disguised as one of my cohorts so well.
You want to recruit me?
Maybe. But you are a cop after all. And I'm not convinced you were up to innocent things while you were unfettered.
Well, that does depend on what your definition of innocence is.
Don't play coy with me, Lancaster.
I've never played that game before. What are the rules?
No!
Touchy.
Adela Viento, where is she?
Well, that depends. Do you want the good news first or the bad news?
Yes.
Well, the good news is that she's out of the building and free from all chains.
Of course.
The bad news is her hair is a total mess.
This is why you take the robots, Simons, so you don't get knocked out by a police officer. No, I don't like those dumb metal things. They're always following me around and making a clicky-clank sound.
What I don't get is what Adela has to do with all of this.
She has one more faulty brick that can tumble the wall down that I've been trying to build for 7 years now. It really is a shame that you're no different from every other person.
I beg your pardon, sir. Most people haven't snuck into this building. And if they had, this room would have been way more crowded.
And judging by the look of you, I probably can't blackmail you, bribe you, or brainwash you. Not that I would do that normally. But I could kill you, and your childish friend here. Unless you joined me.
Is the goal really worth it? I mean, what are we doing?
No, you were so close! What is a useless question? It's just the means to the end. Why is the goal itself?
Okay. Why?
Because we live in a world of waste. From the garbage we incur to these people who wander around the streets doing nothing with their lives. It's all waste, Lancaster. Only those who are working to make something of themselves deserve to live, and they will make a better life for posterity.
Based off of our previous conversation and your passing threat to kill me, I would have given you credit to be way more maniacal. But all you want to do is get rid of waste?
Yes, especially the wasted potential of the men and women who lays about as though this life isn't worth anything.
But what is it worth? I mean, do you believe in an afterlife, or even the conductor?
Please, I don't need old wives' tales to give life meaning.
So then why is anyone worth anything?
Because of intelligence, and their contribution to the next generation.
But who dictates whether one man did his part or not, or is even worthy to do his part?
The intellectuals.
But who dictates who they are?
We know who we are. Why are you being so difficult?
Okay, but by what measure? I mean, how do you measure yourself next to physicists and engineers, or even construction workers?
How many times do I have to tell you? Intelligence and its use!
Okay, that's an element you haven't added before that we'll have to come back to. But can you define intelligence for me, please?
It's having the capacity to quickly utilize resources in the brain, such as mathematics, literature, social norms, recalling past experiences. But there's many more factors that are stored, and it all goes to an end, means, or goal.
Okay, that does sound pretty solid. But then, what makes a normal person different than an intellectual?
It's use, not occupation. Working to your fullest capacity of mind, instead of a lethargic twiddling.
But then, based on what you've just said about use and intelligence, what you're telling me is that those people who use their intelligence more than others are therefore far superior than the rest of mankind and can judge them for their faults.
Which is ironic that you have a problem with this, considering who you are.
What does that mean?
You're a policeman! You judge people all the time!
I don't make the laws. I have been sworn in to enforce the laws that are set in place by the conductor.
And who is the conductor? He is a higher intelligence, is he not?
Well, yes, but I didn't call him that.
No, but if I'm not mistaken, he did. So we are no different.
But can you follow your own laws perfectly and without blemish?
Does he?
He has, and he does, and he will. That is why he has the right to define what is good and what is bad.
Oh, well. It's too bad that your so-called conductor allows bad things to happen, isn't it? HC-28, dispose of our guests.